gentlemen, it's time to get step the ring with the greatest tag team in podcast history. Just Freaking Wrestling, the JFW podcast, hosted by Travesty.
I'm Dizzle J.
And we finally did it, ladies and gentlemen. We are doing back-to-back weeks of recording.
Ta-da!
We finally did it.
Finally.
That's it. We're done.
Yeah, we're done.
That's the entire show. We just did what we came to do.
See you guys later. We're leaving on top.
Oh, shit. No, we are back. As we promised, we are committing to trying to get this content out to you on a weekly basis the best we can. So we're in the right direction right now.
Go in the right direction, which is amazing. We've had a great week so far in wrestling.
Yeah.
Especially for us.
Absolutely. We have a lot to cover today. We're going to go over the results of the NXT Takeover from Phoenix, the Royal Rumble. We're going to talk about the SCW show and everything that's going on there. And we're also going to do our Hall of Fame predictions because it is that time of year for the road to WrestleMania.
Are we going to use the Hall of Fame predictions for part of our contest between me and
you?
No.
No. This is a little bit different. This is just kind of
this is straight bragging rights.
Yeah, because the biggest thing is like it's such a spectrum of possibilities for the Hall of Fame that it's just something to do that's a little bit different, a little bit fun to do. But since you brought it up, why don't you explain to everyone what this contest thing is that we're doing? I know you mentioned it on Facebook.
I did mention it on Facebook, so my idea was that me and you were going to compete all year long, and we're going to crown a king of WWE pay-per-view / takeovers. So each of us will do as we always do, predict the matches, who wins. Whoever wins the most matches on the card that night wins that. Wins the point for the WWE pay-per-view, whatever pay-per-view it may be. And then at the end of the year, we'll add up the points and we'll crown one of us the king of the pay-per-view.
Yeah. It's going to be a fun little thing we're going to do. It's going to be enjoyable.
Maybe a little crown. And, if I win, wear it every time I record for the next year.
Yeah, we can stop over at Burger King, get like one of the little crowns, and we'll just alter it ourselves. Or if this grows as much as we're hoping it is over 2019, maybe we get a hold of those people on Facebook that make custom belts.
Ooh, get a JFW belt?
Get a JFW belt. Fuck yeah, one of the big ass ones. I saw that they got like black metal now.
I did see that.
So I think that's pretty cool.
You don't want to do a hemp one made out of wood?
Well, no, because I'm not dumb. That's the stupidest fucking title. That's like right up there with spinner belt titles.
I love the spinner belt title.
That makes sense.
Well,
you would.
I would.
You would.
I'm a little bit more hip hopish than you, I guess.
You're an idiot. That's what you are. You're more idiot.
More idiot.
More. All right, so we have a lot of ground to cover. So let's dive into the results here real quick. Kind of go over the matches from the pay-per-views. Cool. And then we'll dive into SCW and everything like that. So, I want to start with the Royal Rumble just because the Royal Rumble to me was not as enjoyable as NXT Takeover.
Yeah, we were definitely talking about this beforehand, where it was not great, not horrible, but the women's matches to me did stand out a whole hell of a lot more than the men's matches. I think that's the best I've seen Rousey do in a ring. And versus Sasha Banks, it was very much a back and forth battle, not just Ronda running over somebody.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. And the women wrestlers become better and better when it comes to pay-per-view matches because they're delivering at such a high level now compared to the guys and everything. And I think a lot of that's due to it's unfamiliar territory for them because it's just been a growing thing over the years instead of like the last few decades. So they're definitely in that, proving ourselves kind of situation. So it's really cool. One of the big things, and I didn't watch any of the pre-show, so I'm not sure how it came about a Bobby Roode and Chad Gable taking on a Scott Dawson and Razor match.
I have no idea. I did not watch the pre-show either. I was unfortunately otherwise, other shit.
So I don't know what went on with it. From the notes here and everything, if Dawson and Razor won, both the Revival and the AOP would have a tag team title championship match in the future, but it looks like they did lose. We didn't do a prediction on this one because this is something we didn't know about.
Yeah, we had no idea.
But
surprise.
Yeah, obviously, Roode and Gable won. Dumb anyways. So we'll go to the Nakamura versus Rusev match for the United States Championship. Nakamura won.
Ended in controversy. He ran into Rusev. Rusev knocked Lana off the apron.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I believe this has happened before. She needs to just stay off the ring. If you're not a wrestler, if you're not going to wrestle, get off the ring. Because you're going to cost your husband matches and what you did. Now you cost him a championship.
Yeah, and we both picked Rusev on this
We
one.
did.
We thought Rusev was the logical one to win just because of the push he was getting. Did you happen to see SmackDown this past week?
I did.
How do you feel about the whole Nakamura, Rusev, R-Truth situation?
I like R-Truth. So I was very happy to see R-Truth get another title run of any kind. Because I do feel he's going to be retiring here soon. But I love the angle, and I want to know who they're going to bring in with Truth to fight these guys.
I don't know. Because from the backstage and everything, it looked like it was the club talking to Rusev to take on Rusev and Nakamura.
Right.
I don't know if Truth is. From what I see, I don't think Truth is going to have any more part of that. I think now it's just going to be a face push for the Good Brothers, if you will, against Rusev and Nakamura. And I think what sucks is, like, Rusev was getting such a great push. I don't know why the heel turn. I don't know why sticking him with someone like Nakamura, but
I don't get it either. I figured it would have been more of a push for Rusev, and I was waiting for it. I mean, we've been waiting for it for a while because we have talked his praises before and over and over and over again. He's a great big man, knows how to move in the ring, can put on a great match with anybody we've seen so far.
Absolutely.
I don't like him when he does his goofy shit, though, when he's the funny guy. I like him when he's more the heel Rusev than anything.
I don't mind him when he's a heel Rusev. I just don't like the way they went about it.
Right.
I didn't like the fact that R-Truth beat two guys in one night, which
back to back.
Which doesn't against Truth, but I mean, like, he never had any push for that to even happen.
Right.
I don't know if, they did it as a favor for getting Nia into the men's rumble, as we're going to talk about later.
Getting jacked by Jax.
Yeah. So dumb. Buddy Murphy defeated Akira Tozawa, Hideo Itami, and Kalisto. We both picked Murphy. Murphy came out victorious. Still not happy with the fact that this was a pre-show match, though.
Yeah,
pre-show match.
Pre-show. We've talked about it. If it's a championship match, it should be on the main event or the main show. And I guess there wasn't really anything that wasn't championship match on the main show, but still, to add it in there wouldn't have been a problem. We've already running it for 4 hours, so
yeah. But all in all, it was a good match. We praised Murphy last week. I'm happy that he found his niche in the company at 205 Live and everything. I think down the line he does have the potential to move over to the main roster. So we'll see.
I mean, I do love the Murphy's Law too.
Yeah. Oh, it's a badass.
That's awesome. You were mentioning it to me last week when we were on our way out because we were playing with the game. So I was like, oh, I'm watching it. Holy crap, that's awesome. I like that. I like when it's, when somebody comes something new like that. Kind of, not new, but their own twist on it.
Yeah, an alternative to a current finisher.
Right.
God. If I cough throughout this, I apologize, guys. Just keep listening. It's just,
his sister stole his cough drops.
I am so out of cough drops. I need a cigarette. So fucking bad right now. Asuka versus Becky Lynch for the Women's Championship. Asuka took the win in this one, and when we go to our choices, we actually both picked Asuka.
Yep. And the great thing about this match, this was easily match of the night for me. They kept going back and forth. I really did not know who was going to win. I mean, I was cheering for Asuka because I had my whole little theory going on, and which we discussed last week, and I was actually yelling at the screen. So I just wanted to beat you so bad. I'm yelling at the Royal Rumble, and Mary's back there like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" I was like, you got this thing going with Trap. I need to win.
Yeah, it was one of those matches. It was so good, you kind of wish it was later on in the night, but because of everything that happened, it's kind of like right where it needed to be.
Yeah.
It opened the show and everything. It was great to. This did open the show, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it opened the show. It was great. They went for almost 20 minutes, which is like one of the outside the Royal Rumbles is the second longest match. Outside of obviously the Bryan Styles match, and we'll get to that in a minute. But it was very close and a lot of opportunities for either person to take a win, either by pinfall, by submission, using each other's submission moves.
I love when they do that to each other.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. Very hard hitting, especially I'm trying to remember what the move was, but I think Asuka did like some kind of like swinging neck breaker from the apron to the ground.
To the floor. Oh my god.
That was rough.
That was brutal. I mean, I jaw dropping.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to be a what the fuck moment or a WTF moment. What does the PG era now call it?
Yeah. Oh my god. OMG.
OMG moment.
OMG moment. Yeah. No more holy shit. Oh my god. It's OMGs. Why don't you go ahead and talk about the next match here?
With Shane McMahon and The Miz versus The Bar, Cesaro and Sheamus. I believe you picked The Miz and Shane McMahon. Mm-hmm. I picked The Bar. The Miz and Shane McMahon won. With Shane McMahon, how about that moonsault off the top?
Shooting star press.
That's what it was. Yeah. Shooting star press. I'm watching him go up. I'm like, what the fuck's he gonna do?
I thought elbow drop.
I was thinking elbow drop myself.
I thought he was gonna go very generic elbow drop because the biggest thing is like from what I've read, because I don't know him personally. Wish I did. I'd help him out. Vince McMahon hates the shooting star press.
Really?
He hated it when Brock did it to Kurt Angle at WrestleMania.
Well,
he wasn't a big fan of what Evan Bourne was doing. He just, especially Billy Kidman, like he just was not a fan of the shooting star press.
I thought he executed that.
Oh, he did. No,
beautifully.
He did, and I bet he was fucking like grinding his teeth the entire way thinking about it.
I mean, I'd be nervous as fuck. I don't know. I couldn't do it.
No.
And I mean, did he hit a coast to coast? I don't remember if he hit a coast to
coast.
I know there was an attempt. Oh, didn't he do a double?
He went to go do a coast to coast. If he did a double, somehow I missed it. But the only time I remember him doing a coast to coast is I believe Cesaro caught him in midair and
swung him. Yeah.
Did the swing. But Miz and Sheamus did win. They picked up the victory. I got the point for this one. So, I mean, it's the first point one of us was awarded because it was separate picks. The next match was Rousey versus Sasha Banks. Still a good match, but I don't believe it lived up to what it could have been.
No, I agree. It to me, Rousey's best showing.
Yeah.
So far out of her existence, so that does show improvement. Does give me a little bit of hope for her. Sasha Banks, though, I thought she was just amazing in the match.
Yeah. Well, and those big things, like when it comes to Ronda Rousey, and I'm trying to remember all the like matches that she had. She really didn't have that kind of competitor that she could have done a lot with.
No.
I mean, she faced Stephanie McMahon, who, even though has been in the business her whole life, really hasn't been trained to wrestle. Nia Jax is a little bit bigger of a competitor, so she can't manhandle Nia Jax like she used to. Nikki Bella's at the end of her career, so fighting her really just didn't do much either. I know there are a lot of like here and there people, but I think like when you get a competitor like Sasha Banks or even Bayley from Raw when she faced Bayley. When you get like this younger, more athletic, people, it's like you're capable of doing more with them, and you're capable of showing like your intensity to manhandle them in a better way.
How about her almost getting booed out of Raw?
Oh God, yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, and you can definitely tell like that's never happened to her before.
No,
never. But the problem was, I mean, like WWE's doing exactly what they wanted, and they wanted to have that intense feud between Ronda Rousey and Becky Lynch, and Becky Lynch is the top woman in the WWE today. I mean, she passed Sasha and Charlotte and all them. So, I mean, and when you give a showing like Becky Lynch did the night before.
Oh, God. And not only that, I mean, man, we'll get to it and talk about it because, it was a great night for Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
And then the crowd just tearing apart Rousey on Monday night to me was so amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not a huge fan of Rousey. And then, oh man, I don't even know because, like I said, this was one of the best. And did you notice Sasha doing the four horsewomen symbol at the end?
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I think it kind of it gave a hint at a lot of things, which I mean, it definitely implies a four horseman thing.
Right.
I don't know how much it's going to do with the whole Charlotte Becky issue going on. especially from what happened at the Royal Rumble, especially from what happened at SmackDown.
Right.
So I mean, like, I don't know if it's one of those things where they have to, like, you know, you know, shake hands, put the past behind them and focus on the future if there is going to be a four horsewoman WWE four horsewoman UFC thing in the future.
Now, the reports have said that they're not interested in anything like that, but I could see them doing something. Maybe the four horsewomen finally do a Shield type of deal where you actually have a woman faction and they just run wild. Because now you're gonna have the tag team titles. You're gonna have both Raw and SmackDown women's championships. That's 4 titles for 4 women.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're absolutely right.
I mean,
yeah, I mean, and it's a possibility. I think that'd be something great to do because they really haven't had an all women's faction in a long time, and even when they did, it wasn't really much.
Right. What, Lay Cool?
God.
Good job, Undertaker.
Yeah, I mean, like, and honestly, like, when you think about, like, the only factions and stuff were, within the last few years. Absolution, the Riot Squad, and hopefully the Four Horsewomen.
I like the Riot Squad.
We'll say the Royal Rumbles for the end. So, Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. Great match all around. Hated the ending because it was dumb.
Yeah.
Hated the whole Rowan thing.
Yeah.
I get that Harper's out and injured. I got they want to do something with Rowan. But the fact is, you're taking... So from what I saw, it seems like the Bludgeon Brothers are dead.
I didn't really like the Bludgeon Brother gimmick anyway.
I like the idea of them being, like,
together.
Yeah, and, like, having, like, more of a darker, persona. But now that you're fucking turning Rowan into, like, a fucking vegan zombie...
Well, he's a Planeteer now.
Yeah, it's so fucking dumb. I mean, like, you're killing any possibility of him and Harper actually having something in, because you can't go back and forth. I mean, he's not the Undertaker. You can't have, the fucking, dead man, and then all of a sudden, the fucking, like, American Badass, and go back and forth. It doesn't work for everyone. It's not going to work with Rowan.
I don't think so either.
You can't sit here having the guy who dressed in a sheep mask following Bray Wyatt going to fucking, eating fucking salads with Daniel Bryan to fucking going back carrying around a sledgehammer shit. It's just not going to work.
No, it's not going to. Unless they do something different unless they keep him going with something like that, and they do something different with Harper. I did enjoy Harper when he had his singles run.
Yeah.
Because I love his little Charlie Manson insane look.
Mm-hmm. He kind of, who's the, who is the wrestler who got stabbed down in Puerto Rico? Harper looks just like him.
Oh, shit.
Who's that? Who's that guy?
That was Bruiser Brody.
Bruiser Brody, yeah. It was like a Bruiser Brody thing. I mean, I loved what they did with him singly. Rowan just doesn't have that ability to be a singles guy.
I don't think so.
He's a faction dude. If they wanted to do something with him, they should have threw him Insanity.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. But Daniel ended up winning by Rowan interference and everything, which sucks because everyone hates seeing championship matches end like that. But it pushes more of Daniel Bryan's heel by doing so.
Well, definitely. I mean, I guess every good heel always has a pretty decent faction behind them. Yeah. Or at least another guy.
Yeah. Also, you picked Ronda over Banks.
Yeah.
I picked Banks. Ronda won. So I gave you the point on that one. And then we both picked Daniel Bryan for this match. So right now we're still 1-1.
You're 1-1.
Yeah. Brock Lesnar versus Finn Balor for the Universal Championship. You picked Balor, I picked Lesnar. Lesnar won.
I thought this was not a bad match.
No, for the size difference and everything, Balor definitely held his own. And, I mean, there was more to this match than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a squash match.
So did I. Because I thought he was just going to come in, suplex him 16 times, and then Balor's done.
Yeah.
But Balor actually held his own and appeared to injure Brock Lesnar at one point in time and hit him with the coup de grace. I was like, this is it?
Yeah.
And then I was wrong.
Yeah, and this was the first time in a long time where Brock Lesnar won by submission.
Right.
So it was almost like an act of desperation for him. Like, he had to do what he needed to do that moment.
It was the triangle choke from The Undertaker back when I think Undertaker fought Lesnar, and he beat him with the triangle choke the one time.
Yeah, and the same thing when I think it was Triple H. He beat him like with a triangle choke one
when
time.
he dropped the hammer.
Yeah. So I mean, those type of submissions are like, like this is my last resort. This is what I have to do because I can't get back up again.
Right.
So Balor did great. I think it was a great match. I think it's even better that I picked the right person who won. So, men's Royal Rumble. Seth Rollins ended up winning,
which I'm completely happy with.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Jeff Jarrett looked terrible.
Yeah, God, that was
but I don't understand why come out in the uniform or your ring gear that you did at the beginning of your WWE career, kinda, and not the ring gear that looked awesome at the end of your WWE career. But you mixed the two by wearing them honky yellow glasses and that double J hat. I hate the hat. I mean, him I like, but the original double J persona I did not care for. I like the Slapnuts persona.
Yeah, I think it was a lot better when I think it could have been a lot better if they like did it differently, which is obviously a logical thing to say. I'm trying to think of how I want to fucking like do this, but everything, but yeah, it just the outfit was gaudy. I hate the whole like strips like thing. He unfortunately with his age he doesn't fill it out like he used to. I mean, it just looked so fucking baggy on him.
Yeah.
It was even worse on Monday when fucking Road Dogg came out. They tried to sing that song again like they did on the Hall of Fame and completely butchered it again. So, I mean, maybe they'll try for a third time but actually know the words.
I mean, that they signed Jarrett. He's signed to some kind of contract at WWE now. Whether it be a Legends contract or a semi-Legend contract, maybe?
Like a Lesnar contract? Where you don't wrestle as much as the Legends, but you still do it?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Fucking God, Lesnar. But no, Seth Rollins won. My choices were Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman. Strowman was one of the last two guys, ended up losing. McIntyre, he did fine for a little bit, ended up getting taken out by Dolph Ziggler, so Ziggler got his revenge. You went with Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose.
Yep.
Which, no Owens. Owens didn't show up.
No Owens at all. Or Sami Zayn. I was kind of shocked.
Well, Sami Zayn, I think, is still recovering.
I'd heard reports that he was...
I don't think he wants to come back. I think he just wants to be done.
He's been dealt kind of a shitty hand with WWE, I feel.
Yeah.
Once he got to the main roster.
Yeah. Ambrose, I can't remember how he got out.
I think it was Mustafa, wasn't it?
I think it was Mustafa. Yeah, you're right. Also in this one, R-Truth was number 30. On his way out doing his rap, Nia Jax attacked him and came in.
Got jacked by Jax.
Yeah. Mustafa Ali got eliminated by Nia Jax. Rey Mysterio got eliminated by Nia Jax. And then... No, Rey Mysterio didn't get eliminated by Nia Jax. Because Rey Mysterio did the 619 to Nia Jax.
She had the 619, the RKO. I think the RKO was the final one, though.
The RKO was the final one. There was one more thing she did. I can't remember. I don't know who did it. I know it wasn't a stomp by Seth Rollins. I know that. Because Seth Rollins was put through the table by Bobby Lashley, who was only in the match for like 13 seconds.
But that was almost a record.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley has his title. Let him do what he has to do with that. But Rollins is going to WrestleMania. It looks like he's going to be taking on Brock Lesnar. Becky Lynch, she chose Ronda Rousey, both on Raw.
We didn't even talk about the Women's Royal Rumble yet.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, Becky won.
Yeah, Becky
Spoiler
won.
alert! Go ahead, why don't you talk about the Women's Royal Rumble?
So, the Women's Royal Rumble, we did see a lot of NXT women from UK and regular NXT, which was awesome. About that one big girl in all black.
Ripley. No, yeah, Ripley. Yeah,
Rhea Ripley?
Yeah.
Oh, man, she is something else.
I haven't seen her since she changed her look, but I remember like she used to be like straight blonde hair, like bright colors and everything. And I think when they started doing NXT UK is where she kind of changed it all up.
I feel like that's like the UK punk scene, whatever.
Yeah, she's the
SLC punk.
She's the female Pete Dunne.
Yeah. Oh, Pete Dunne. But I like that guy so much. He's one of my favorites in NXT.
Yeah, you saw your shorts over that?
Yeah, a little bit. But obviously, Lana got injured earlier in the night with the Shinsuke Nakamura Rusev match. So she was trying to limp out, and it was not happening. So the whole time I'm yelling at the screen, and you can hear the crowd, Becky, Becky, Becky. And Becky comes out talking to Finley. Finley finally lets her in the match.
Yep.
And then it became epic from there on in. And this was the Royal Rumble match. This should have closed the show.
Yeah.
This should have closed the show. If you're going to have a lackluster men's match, and this is what you were going to do with the women, this should have closed the show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was Nia Jax, Charlotte, and Becky at the last three.
Yep.
Becky was on the outside. Nia Jax went over top rope, but she pulled Nia Jax down, eliminating her. And then Jax took her revenge, busted on Becky's knee. They were going to name Charlotte the winner. And Becky's like, hell no. In those exact words.
Yeah, I think
that's exactly what she said.
That's an actual quote.
Actual quote from what I heard.
Yeah.
The rest is history. Becky eliminated Charlotte, and now she gets a puncher ticket to WrestleMania.
Yeah, which is ironic because Becky ended up hurting herself in that match, replacing somebody who got hurt earlier.
Right.
But yeah, no, she ended up winning, which is great. I think it's well deserved. She's going to WrestleMania to face Rousey. So that means we do have openings for the WWE title and the women's title on SmackDown.
Exactly.
Which is no surprise because that's what fucking Raw does, or fucking WWE does. They just coddle Raw to make sure they're the top brand.
That's stupid to me because it's both your brands.
Yeah. So if you had to rank them, just real quick rank them. So you picked Becky to win the Royal Rumble.
Right.
So we ended up tying for this pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But we agreed on it and everything because you chose the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble. This win's going to go to you just because you picked somebody who wasn't even in the match to begin with and they ended up winning.
Yeah.
So by default, this goes to you.
With an asterisk?
Oh, yeah. No, it's definitely
totally
there's an asterisk, yeah. Yeah, this is a Barry Bonds home run king kind of situation.
Whatever, man.
A win's a win.
A win's a win.
But no,
it's
yeah.
It's a JFW way.
So this one goes to you. We'll move on over to the NXT Takeover here real quick because I don't want to take away too much time from everything else. No, we still got a little time left. We'll just run through this real quick. And really, if you guys have not seen the NXT Takeover Phoenix and everything, you have the WWE Network for $9.99 a month. Free for the first month for new subscribers.
Jerks.
All right, now the sponsors. Go watch it. It's a lot of fun. They did do 2 pre-show matches that they recorded for later dates. We're not going to go over those. War Raiders end up beating the Undisputed Era to win the NXT Tag Team titles. The best match, I think, in my opinion, on the card, just because I'm a huge fan of tag team matches. And I think the War Raiders are pretty cool as well.
I heard they had an amazing entrance.
It was really cool.
I'm going to have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, and it's the first match. So even if you didn't want to watch the rest of them, it's the first match on the card. And it's definitely one to go look at. You picked the Undisputed Era. I picked the War Raiders. War Raiders won. Riddle versus Cassius Ohno. Riddle ended up winning by submission. Cassius Ohno, I really like. I think he's getting more intense, but Riddle, they want to push him and everything, so I think it's more of a politic thing than anything. Riddle ended up winning. We both picked Riddle, so we ended up getting so that kind of like washed.
How was the match?
It was alright. It was the least exciting match on the card, but still a good match.
Okay.
Still a great match, but out of all of them, it's like really down there. I'll actually rank them for you here when I'm done. Yeah, travesty ranking.
That's cool. I appreciate the travesty
Fuck
ranking.
yeah. Johnny Gargano versus Ricochet for the North American Championship. Gargano ended up winning. Really good match, obviously. Ricochet is almost like the AJ Styles of like NXT at this moment. He's high flying, he's energetic, and he puts on an incredible show. Gargano definitely pushing that heel move that he's doing. A lot of very high impact and almost lethal kind of move sets and everything. And DDT on the concrete. Just really making Ricochet, not willing to get up.
Anytime I've seen either one of these guys in a match, I've not been disappointed at all.
No. So Gargano is our new North American champion. Shayna Baszler took on Bianca Belair for the Women's Championship. Shayna Baszler retained it. Again, it's by submission and everything.
By technical submission?
Yeah, not Balor, holy shit. Belair, I think, passed out, if I remember correctly. You put her in the rear naked choke.
The old John Cena cop out, tap out.
Yeah. Yeah, so Belair really did great. I don't follow a lot of her. I have no interest in her as a competitor, but she did really well. She definitely showed that she deserved a championship match, but in the end, Baszler retained her title. And then the final match was Ciampa Tommaso took on Aleister Black. Tommaso won. He retained his NXT championship. Still a good match. Love Aleister Black. Gargano and Black actually were in the Men's Royal Rumble.
Yep.
So they made an appearance there. If you watch any Aleister Black match or any Tommaso match, I mean, pretty much it was two very intense guys going at it.
Two very hard hitters.
Yeah, a lot of strikes and a lot of attacks and everything. Ended up being a really good match. Definitely need to look at this show. But if I had to rank it from worst to best, it would probably end up being the Riddle Ono match, the Baszler Belair match, War Raiders, Ciampa and Black, and then Gargano and Ricochet.
Nice.
Yeah. So all in all, it was a good match. You picked Gargano, I picked Ricochet. Gargano won. You picked Belair, I picked Baszler. Baszler won, and then I picked Ciampa, and you picked Black, and Ciampa won. So I almost had a clean sweep on this one.
Ricochet fucked you.
But Ricochet definitely screwed me over. So at the end of this one, I end up winning this one. I can't remember, 4-2 or 5-2 or whatever. So
we're officially tied up.
We are tied. Yeah, we're tied right now. You won the Royal Rumble. I won NXT Takeover Phoenix, and then the next one we're doing is Elimination Chamber in February, which I'm really excited for because Elimination Chamber in February they're crowning the official first time ever women tag team.
6 teams in a match.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Here I thought it was. We were discussing. We thought it'd be one in the cage and one out of the cage.
Mm-hmm.
But now you got 6 teams.
Yeah, so you got a team inside that fucking cage.
How much you want to bet Tamina and Nia Jax start out of the cage?
I hope they don't.
I
want them in there.
In the cage. That'd be awesome.
But this was a good pay-per-view. Like I mentioned, I think the NXT TakeOver Phoenix was a lot better than Royal Rumble. But check them both out. I mean, why not?
There's some controversy at the end of this one. If I do believe there was a big brawl that broke out right after the show, and now they're doing
the halftime show,
like a grudge match tomorrow during the halftime of the what's tomorrow, the
Super Bowl.
Oh, it ain't no WrestleMania.
Yeah, Patriot show. The Patriot show is on tomorrow. Yeah, the Patriot show's on tomorrow.
Poor Rams. They're gonna get rammed.
Oh god, no, Rams are gonna win.
Rams ain't gonna win.
Yeah, they are.
No.
Okay.
This is a wrestling show.
Yeah. You go sit at home with your Patriot wife, you fool.
She's not my wife because she's a Patriots fan.
She's also a Cena fan. What the fuck?
Hey.
Oh god. Yeah, what a fucking what's the hell the word? What's that word? Bandwagoner. Fucking like let's get on board with it. I bet she likes the Yankees too.
She keeps trying to tell me that the Bellas are gonna win the tag team titles. The Bellas are gonna win. That's a step backwards.
God, yeah, they better not. No fucking way. SCW.
New beginnings.
Talk about new beginnings.
New beginnings. We saw some new faces for us. We haven't been around for a while.
Yes.
Keys is no longer in power. The Sentinel's in power, and we know both these gentlemen. Shoot, we remember when the Sentinel was just a referee and came up. That's working your way from the bottom to the top.
Yeah. He literally started from the bottom. Now he's here.
Yeah, and then we saw McCage versus I can't remember that guy's name for the championship. For the SCW championship.
The Dark Horse.
Which was a pretty decent match. Dark Horse ended up losing because...
Yeah, one of the biggest things I hate about it, and I want people to hear me when I say this shit, because I'm going to be honest with it. I'm going to be so fucking honest with it. this is the only part of the show that completely pissed me off. You had two guys in the ring doing everything they can to put on a great match, and then you get a bunch of fucking assholes who watch the show chanting boring.
Yeah.
It's a stupid fucking thing to do. If any of you are SCW fans and you were at that show and you were chanting boring while these two guys put their bodies on the line for a match to entertain you, fuck you. You're an asshole. I can't believe you would do that. Have some respect for the people who went out there and busted their ass for you. And I get it. Maybe you're tired and you're ready to fucking go. But the fact is, they went out there in the fucking snow, through that fucking storm, put together a match for you guys to enjoy. And the fact that you would sit there and chant that, it's an asshole move.
Blizzard conditions. Look, if you're going to chant stuff, it better be funny and entertaining, like not boring.
No, yeah, I mean, it's insulting, you know. It's like, first off, it's not their fault that they're the main event, you know. It's not their fault they're the last show, okay, or the last match of the show. Okay, I'm sorry if you guys felt that you were tired or exhausted, but you know what? If you thought it was fucking boring, why fucking stick around? It was a dick move on your part for chanting it, and you need to knock it off. I'm being honest.
Obviously.
Well, yeah,
I did not know you felt this way. You didn't say anything about it.
Well, I'm not going to cause a scene at the show.
Well, we can.
I mean, we can, but I mean, it's just so fucking ignorant. I mean, you have people there like the Sentinel and all the wrestlers, you know, sitting there and putting together a great show for everyone, and to sit there and chant boring during a match. I mean, like, it's a fucking slap in the face. It's not.
You gotta realize that this is a very family-friendly company.
Yeah.
They $12 ahead at the door, $10 of pre-sale. That's a cheap night out. I have 3 kids and a girlfriend. That's a cheap night out for a family. I can't even go to the movies for that.
No.
And they got concessions. Concessions are cheaper than anywhere else you're gonna go.
Oh, nachos.
Oh, the nachos.
The nachos. Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing too. It's like they're not gouging people for fucking money. You know, they sit there and they make it. It's like you said. It's family friendly. They do everything they can for you guys to have a good time. And to sit there and try to bastardize their fucking match by doing that is a fucking joke.
Exactly.
So if you're listening to this and you chanted boring, don't be an asshole and don't do it again.
And I guess I should have not started with that match. I just wanted to work around my favorite match of the night, and that's what I wanted to do last. I believe it was your favorite match of the night too, but we had the new Genesis title. It was Bane X versus...
Bane X, he took on...
It was DDS, Vance DDS Cooley, who took on Bane X for the championship. And then Bane X, of course, ran roughshod on his ass.
Oh, yeah. Keats managed him.
He's part of Bulletproof LLC now.
Yeah. Of course, we can't forget one of the biggest parts of the show where Keats was serving up nachos.
Yeah, he got busted down to concessions, you know? What also is interesting about the Genesis title, it's open to any gender.
Yep.
So we could possibly see Molly Moxley challenge for this championship. But next month we know that Bane X partner, Paradox, has already issued the challenge to Bane X, and Bane X accepted. So that should be a pretty brutal match, I would think. Yep. And then we had Max Baylock versus RK Savage. RK Savage, we do know, used to be part of Rulers of Wrestling. There is a spot in this match where Savage dropped Baylock on that top turnbuckle. Ooh, I don't know how he survived that.
I don't know. If you want to see that spot, it is on our Instagram.
It is on Instagram. And they had Jay Harris versus the guy from ARW.
Yep.
Dave Allen, the flawless one. Who I know we've seen before somewhere, I just cannot remember where.
Yeah, I know we talked about saying it might have been from Powerhouse, but I cannot remember.
Yeah, I don't remember at all. But that was a great match. And, of course, it went back and forth. But then here comes Savage, comes out, ruins the match for Harris, costing SCW a valuable win.
Yeah, the feud with ARW, well, I guess I could only call it a feud because, like, what it was supposed to be a partnership.
A partnership.
Kind of like a cross-promotional thing between the two, but the way everything is, the way the owner of ARW kind of came in and, threw a stroke around, if you will, on top of that, even bringing in their own referee,
Yeah, they're
taking that fast count at the end.
a super fast count.
Yeah.
We had Chris Miller versus what is it, Corona? That was funny because where's the Heineken? But Corona ended up winning the match. Chris Miller got mad, beat the shit out of Corona at the end of the match afterwards. And then we had the Sheik versus Sergeant Brooks. Sheik tapped out Brooks. Of course, outside interference from his unholy alliance.
Yeah.
Angus McDouche and
that guy.
the Jolly Green Giant.
I don't know what happened to fucking Angus.
Angus used to be cool.
He turned into a dick.
Yeah.
But he had some pretty sweet attire.
He did have some sweet attire.
I will give that,
And that brings us back to what we thought was the best match of the night, which we gave props to Angus on the old good Facebook, which was Angus McDuff versus Hunter Payne. Yeah, these two guys went at each other, and it was a great match.
Yeah, and one of the coolest things, especially with Hunter, that outside this match, that dude bleeds SCW.
Oh.
And the fact that he came out there in that whole ARW debacle and everything really shows his pride behind the company and everything.
Definitely.
I think SCW really has a win when it comes to having Hunter on their side. Because I think if it was flip-flop and ARW on that and Hunter, I don't think SCW would have had a chance.
No, not at all.
But, because he is a powerhouse fucking dude.
And we've seen him do things in the ring that are just amazing, especially with Elite Pain. I feel bad for Dave Allen. Because now I feel like Hunter's probably gunning for him.
Oh, I would hope.
Yeah. I wouldn't want Hunter after me.
No, God no. But yeah, no, the whole show is pretty cool. They had the intergender match.
Yep.
They had the tag team title match with the family taking on Black Irish, which still don't like the name. I still think 80 Proof is a lot better.
You're going to be completely biased for that for a while.
I am. I think for the hell of it, I'm just going to call them 80 Proof the entire time that I'm ever Delgado.
We're going to rename them?
Yeah. But,
and the family had a new member out, that skinny looking...
Yeah, Charlie's girlfriend.
Yeah,
so... that's a weirdo, man. That is a fucking weirdo.
You know what? I'm all for, fan participation and talking shit back and forth and everything, but the guy just... He kept saying the same thing over and over again to these couple of fans, and it wasn't funny.
No.
If I'm a big guy. You're a big guy. I've heard plenty of fat jokes my entire life, and some of them were really fucking funny, and some of them were just like, I heard that in 7th grade.
Yeah, but, he definitely did one thing really, really well, and that's just fucking, shove a joke down your throat to the point where it just got boring.
Right.
So he fucking nailed that.
Oh, he nailed that.
But we saw it. The family came. The family did win. With the ARW ref coming out,
right.
But they reversed the decision. So Black Irish definitely kept their belts, so they're still champion.
But even that was a fast count too, though, if you remember.
It was well deserved. When SCW does it, it's all right.
Yeah,
it's their show. Yeah, when ARW fucking comes in and brings in fucking Grandpa from the Munsters and shit like that to be a fucking ref. It's just not.
That poor old man. Fuck. I'm looking forward to next month's show.
Rampage? Yeah, talk about Rampage here.
February 23rd, the Civic Center in Peoria. The Genesis title we know is up for grabs. Bayonnex vs. Paradox. That's all we know right now. There's $10 pre-sale at Fit Body U Genesis or at Glassworks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure if you know one of the wrestlers or can get a wall run of the wrestlers, they'll sell you a ticket too. It's $12 at the door, and I'm sure, just like always, there will be a charity involved, which SCW is known for doing. They take care of their charity people real well. They have the kids there on Shaban Civic Center. What did I say?
Peoria. I
see great things in the future for SCW. So I Peoria Civic Center just love it.
Don't step to the wrong place now. But yeah, no. February 23rd in Shabans.
That's a Saturday.
That is a Saturday. Yeah, no, like you said, they have Band X taking on Paradox for the Genesis title. Not too much else has been mentioned.
I still think that we've been there how many times now, and there's that hook that just sits right up in the middle
Yeah.
on that wench.
They need a ladder match.
I think there needs to be a ladder match.
We're calling it Sentinel. Listen, if you're listening to this, which I know you do.
Of course.
Of course they do. Look into a ladder match, man. I mean, it's time to get ballsy. You know, you're the president. You want to give the fans what they want. Shoot for that ladder match, bro.
That'd be awesome for the title.
Yeah.
For either one.
Yeah, even the tag team titles would be great.
Ooh.
Right?
Get some Black Irish versus Elite Pain.
Oh God, even if you threw in like the fucking Manson family in there, man.
3-way
triple threat ladder match for the Southland Championship Wrestling titles.
Oh man.
So,
I think got me a little excited.
Right. Yeah. So just stay with us and everything throughout the month and everything. When more stuff comes up, CW Rampage, the match card and everything comes up, we'll definitely keep you guys updated on that and everything. Make sure you follow us on our Facebook page as we go through it as well. Okay, so we're wrapping up the show here with the Hall of Fame predictions because it is post Royal Rumble, which means we are on the road to WrestleMania. That means announcements for the Hall of Fame are coming up.
I thought they would have already started, but they didn't.
They haven't yet. I haven't heard. If they announce somebody, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do who we predict it is. We posted up on social media on some people's predictions as well, and we're gonna do some shout outs and do their predictions. We're gonna do theirs first, and then we'll get into ours. But real quick, thank you guys for being a part of the interaction stuff. This is what we're looking for. We still want to do Q&A stuff, so make sure you get those questions as well to be part of the show. You have the
I do.
You have the decisions that people sent in, so why don't you go ahead, give those shout outs and read off who they feel will be part of.
So I'm not going to use everybody's full name.
Yeah, no.
For obvious legal reasons.
Yeah, just throw a name out there. Just throw a name.
So we had Dennis comment how he'd like to see Bam Bam Bigelow and Miss Elizabeth, which I can definitely agree with both of those.
Yeah.
And then the one guy I forgot to, tag in the thing, got a little bit mad that our big red almost a machine fits. He has Magnum TA, Tommy Dreamer, Vader, Brian Christopher, Karma, Midnight Express, Celebrity being Cyndi Lauper. Which
Cyndi Lauper makes sense.
Cyndi Lauper makes a lot of sense. Midnight Express, I kind of disagree with Brian Christopher and Karma, but that's what freedom of speech is all about, right?
Yeah.
We won't take into account that he's my next door neighbor. And then we had Billy, who picked Van Dam, Christian, Honky Tonk Man, the Hardy Boys, and Ozzy Osbourne. Which I'm not sure if Ozzy did anything with WWE. I don't remember. But they put people in for dumber reasons.
Yeah.
Ben just picked The Rock. That's all. Which is...
It's fine. I mean, we did try to put a set of what we wanted with 4 guys, 1 woman, 1 tag team, and 1 celebrity. If they wanted to fill the card out, that's fine. If they're not, that's okay. I mean, it's their preference.
It's their preference.
Yeah,
and we appreciate all of you for commenting and giving us your input.
Yeah.
And I guess it's me and you then.
All right, awesome. Why don't you go ahead and read yours off?
So I had Vader.
Okay.
I had Bigelow. I also had Owen Hart. Instead of the tag team, I did NWO, but I'm talking Hall, Nash, and Hogan.
Yeah, I guess it's more of a group
Bischoff.
or a
I would
team.
say Bischoff too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, it's more of a group or a team. It doesn't have to be a faction. Like they put the 4 Horsemen in the past. Right. One team that's not in there that they should be considered is definitely the Hart family. The only reason I mention it is because neither of us chose them. But I mean, the Hart family is something that definitely should be looked at because you don't have the British Bulldog, Jim Danville and Neidhart, Brian Pillman in there at all. You do have Bret Hart, but you don't have Owen Hart either.
No.
So, I mean, you could collectively take care of all of them at once just by doing the Hart Foundation, just like they did for the 4 Horsemen and all the stuff like that.
And then I chose for women Victoria.
Okay.
Who to me is one of the most underrated women wrestlers.
Yeah.
She's been everywhere. And she's one of the nicest person. I've met her. She's tiny, super nice, super beautiful in person, and invited me to her, gave me coupons to her restaurant she has in Chicago. And then my celebrity was Jay Leno, who he did have a working feud in WCW with, I forget who he was with.
He was with DDP, and they took on Rodman and Hogan.
So I almost did Rodman.
Rodman makes sense because he was there a couple of times.
Right.
Karl Malone was also with DDP taking on Rodman and Hogan as well.
See, I couldn't remember who the other one was.
Yeah. How about David Arquette? Former heavyweight champion David fucking Arquette.
I thought about it. I kicked it around. I really did, but it just so irritates me that they made him world champion.
Well, so out of your list, and I'm not gonna cut you off. I don't want us to go over
No,
time.
you're good.
Who's your headliner when it comes to this WrestleMania or this Hall of Fame?
If they chose my list,
yeah,
I'd have to go Vader.
Vader,
because he's probably the best big man.
Okay, I gotcha.
Who you got?
So my male entrance into the Hall of Fame is Bam Bam Bigelow, The Big Show, Vader, and Kane, and Kane's headlining it.
Really?
Yeah.
Kane over Big Show or Vader?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Kane really, I think, achieved more than what Big Show did in his career. When you look at Kane, I mean, you gotta look at Kane, you gotta look at Fake Diesel, you gotta look at Isaac Yankem. I mean, he has almost 20 years inside the WWE.
I guess we go behind the mask.
Yeah, Vader himself, great with NWA, great with WCW, but unfortunately, I don't think he really did much in the WWF era.
With Vader also, though, I believe he crossed platforms and he was on Boy Meets World as the guy's dad, so I thought that was also neat.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, he so did the Big Show and Kane. I mean, Big Show was in Knuckleheads.
Yeah.
Big Show was in Waterboy. Kane was in
Captain Sato.
Yeah, Kane was in
See No Evil.
See No Evil. Yeah, so I mean, cross platforms. Yeah, but I mean, everyone on here. I mean, even Bam Bam Bigelow, he was in Major Pain.
Was he really?
He was the biker in Major Pain that Major Pain beat up. Yeah.
Oh, I did not remember that at all.
Yeah, that was him. But Bam Bam Bigelow, I think, definitely deserves it. I mean, he was in ECW, he was in WCW, he was in WWE. He was in all of them. The Big Show.
I remember watching him in was it Chicago Championship Wrestling too, and that was something that I caught. I mean, this was years and years ago, and I was still a kid watching him.
Yeah. Women, I chose Chyna.
It's a solid choice.
I think there's been enough time passed to where, yeah, certain things that she did in her post-WWE life were definitely questionable and not very part of the PG era. But I think enough time has passed to where I think it'll be okay to put her in, and I think it's definitely due for her to go in.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Teams, I went with New Age Outlaws.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I think as a team that definitely deserves to be in there. I don't see them going in individually in any way, but to put them in as a tag team.
So you wouldn't do them as D-Generation X?
No, I would put them individually. I don't see DX going in at all. Like, I think it's dumb they did the Four Horsemen the way they did the Four Horsemen. I understand why, because, I mean, everyone in the Four Horsemen had the ability to be in on their own. Right. But the thing is, like we know Randy Orton's going to go into the Hall of Fame. We know Triple H is going to end up in the Hall of Fame. And there's a good chance Batista as well is going to end up in the Hall of Fame. But to put them in as Evolution just doesn't make sense.
I don't think Evolution was... They were cool, but I don't think they were as like big as the Four Horsemen or as the NWO or as D-Generation X.
Oh, I disagree.
Really?
I do.
That's what this show's all about.
I know, right? That's exactly what the show's about. You know, me being right and you just saying stupid shit. But no, I think New Age Outlaws definitely deserve to be in there. They did have a good run as a tag team. Plus, you have the Road Dogg, who is in the backstage production and everything. Billy Gunn isn't really with WWE right now, but he is doing backstage stuff for AEW.
I was going to say, he's still active in the wrestling world.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's a good possibility for them to get him in now before the whole AEW thing becomes a problem. And then Celebrity, I went with Motorhead. They played for the pay-per-views. They did a lot of entrance songs for Triple H and everything. They were a huge part of WWE. And I don't think that there's a reason they shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame by now.
We talked about this earlier, and that escaped me, but I feel like it's a really strong choice.
Yeah. So I think celebrity-wise, again, like they don't always put a celebrity in every year, but if they were to do celebrity, I think Motorhead or possibly Cyndi Lauper would definitely be a choice. Leno, yeah, but
See, like I said, I backed off my ICP this year. Dumb or not, they were there. They did a lot with WCW. They did stuff with WWE. It makes sense.
Yeah, that makes as much sense as fucking Arquette.
You need to put a Kid Rock in there.
Oh yeah,
for what?
He's awesome.
He looked like fucking Dr. Phil dressed up as Kid Rock.
I hope so.
Love that meme.
Good.
He is.
Do your fucking pick of the week.
My pick of the week was the Asuka Becky Lynch match from the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
I believe that, like we talked about earlier, it was one of my favorite matches of the night, if not the best match of the night for the Royal Rumble card.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we talked about the spots and different things. Just check it out. You know who won, but you still need to watch it. It's like going back and watching the old Raws and stuff like this. This is going to be something where I believe at the end of the year they're going to talk match of the year, at least for the women's.
Yeah, no, good pick. That's gonna be posted up along with this show this weekend. So definitely keeping these in as quick as possible. Make sure you follow us on social media: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at JFW Podcast, Just Freaking Wrestling. If you have a friend who's a fan of pro wrestling and think they'll have any interest in our show, we are on iTunes, Google Play, Podbean, and Spotify. Just gotta search the JFW Podcast. We're gonna try pumping out shows every single week, trying to get more out there, more involved in social media. Again, if you have any questions, send them to us. And if we get enough questions eventually down the road, we'll do a Q&A episode. Shout outs to you guys for doing it. Appreciate it. Also, thanks to everyone who sent in Hall of Fame predictions. Really awesome for you guys to be involved in that, and we really appreciate it as well. If you know of any wrestling shows coming up you want us to go check out, let us know. Message us either on Facebook or email us at jfwpodcast@yahoo.com. And that's all I got. How about you?
Time to ring the bell on this episode.
As always, I am Travesty.
I'm Dizzle J.
And thank you for listening to another episode of Just Freaking Wrestling, the JFW Podcast.
Peace.